I really was excited to work through that with Melise. You know what I mean? We kind of got to the point of the blue face based off of what I was telling her, the sentiments of what the scene means to me with the views. Basically, the industry, there's a lot of elitism, essentially. And me working as a kid so young and getting parts and kind of becoming very prominent in my field, there was always this tug of war between me just being the regular me that just wants to chill and be me, to the elitist kind of aspect of my career industry, and how I felt like, people wanted me to more so kind of be that way. But that just is not who I've ever been. So I was always feeling out of place sometimes in certain rooms in the industry, because I felt like I had to be a certain way or act a certain way or, believe a certain thing that I didn't really feel comfortable in. And so in the film, we have Sky Jackson, who's playing me. She goes and escapes to the bathroom, and that's when she really is herself, which is somebody that really stands out. She stands out like a sore thumb in the room full of these people. She don't believe the same thing. She doesn't really kind of vibe the same way. She kind of is trying to act like everything is cool and normal, but ultimately she feels out of place. And that's how I used to feel a lot in scenarios like that, even when it would be a room full of black people. There is a commentary on classism, where even though I'm very successful, this is not the class that I'm from. And so I don't really feel that comfortable. Although I belong in every room, I maybe don't always, my mentality maybe is not always the same. And kind of my journey of learning how to be able to exist in different places but still maintain who I am, that was kind of the beginning story of that confusion for me at that age. Start close on me. Yes, and and obviously over the journey that we see during the course of the Big Boss film is you see me starting to realize that I can exist in this industry and relate to people in this industry that just are the same as me. If I can exist in this industry and believe the things that I believe, then there are other people. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to mean that just because I'm successful, I have to be around these people, or I have to do these kinds of things, or this is the world I have to exist in. I can be successful and then still be the same person that wants to wear, a beanie and some jeans, or, sometimes wants to go to nowhere, not want to go to a fancy party, or want to just, I get to make the rules. That my job doesn't define me, my industry doesn't define me, I define me. And I get the right to be who I am. And anybody that doesn't like that or has a problem with it, then screw them. But I bet you're gonna know how to act the next time that you approach me. And that's really what Approach Me is about. It's about me coming to the conclusion and understanding that it's okay if I'm blue. It's okay. That's okay. And if somebody has a problem with it, then that's their problem. But learning to exist as I am in every room and not feel guilty about that.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, the significance of the guy in the beginning that we see in the home, that's the same guy that's in the Lights Out music video. It's talking about that push and pull between this elitist and classist kind of way of being that I was always feeling, very embraced by, but at the same time not good enough for, and feeling like I'm not the same, and feeling like I want to aspire to be a part of this, right? Because this is something that's supposed to be spectacular, and I want to be embraced and accepted by these people. But at the same time, something with this reality doesn't sit right with me. And essentially that piece is about impostor syndrome. And it's about how, when we get to that later half of the movie and we see me back in the ring, we realize that the fight was never really about, him, the actual guy, which is why we never really see his face. It was always about my inner fight with myself. It was always about my imposter syndrome, my feelings of no matter what I accomplish, I don't belong, or feeling like because I don't get along with other people that are like me, or because I don't feel comfortable in the celebrity world all the time, that somehow I'm not really great, or I'm not really talented, or, questioning myself instead of just accepting myself. And that's the real battle. The battle was never about the classes folks. It was never about, the guys in the music industry that didn't want to validate me or didn't really care if I was talented or not. It really was about me feeling like I needed to prove myself to anyone. And essentially getting to the place of saying, I don't have to prove myself to anyone, and I'm cool with just being me.